Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to review the new Revlon Youth FX, not just foundation, products in general. Now, I will say the only one that I didn't get my hands on was the actual face primer and neck primer, but I did get to get the forehead fill and blur primer for forehead. And I also picked up a Youth FX concealer. Now, before we start, let me just say, Revlon is a brand that has come out with some good, products, but Revlon isn't a company I would consider that is, that stays on the bandwagon of when it comes to making new products. But when I heard this coming out, and then I had several of you guys asking me, if I had tried it, if I would do a review on it, that's when I really thought, okay, I'm going to go pick this product up. First of all, I'm going to say that this foundation will cost you $17.99. $17.99 for drugstore Revlon foundation. I couldn't believe it. The drugstore is going up so much in their prices. Add a couple more bucks to this, you can get a Clinique foundation. But anyways, with this foundation, it claims, let's see here, let me read you this for it. That way, does it help the fact of the price tag? Its claims? No. But, we all, just one of those curiosity kills the cats, I guess. But it says that it is to blur pores, fill in lines, and it does have a SPF of 20 in it. And so I picked up two shades. I picked up 220 Natural Beige and I picked up 210 Sand Beige. Guys, this foundation is the thickest, I would almost say moussey-like consistency. I've had these products almost 2 weeks. That's how long it has taken me to play with these, experiment with them, so I could give you guys my honest review. Because I would never, with a review, I want it to be thorough. And I don't want you guys spending your money on a product that, I wore one time and thought, yeah, it was great, but then I tried it with a brush, or I tried it with a sponge, or a different primer, and it falls all to crap. With this foundation, that's what I found out happened. Now, I will show you the texture. It's just a squeeze tube package, nothing special, nothing fancy, but at least it is a squeezy tube and not like their other foundations where they're the pour out bottle. But, you can see it, guys, right there on my hand. It isn't moving, at all. Can you guys see that? It is so thick. See if you guys can see that. It is, like I said, it's a very thick, moussey-like foundation. And when I would use this foundation, let me talk about the other products and then we'll go into using it. This is the Revlon Youth FX Fill Plus Blur Primer for forehead. And it comes out, it's got the package, and then when you open it up, it kind of has like a fingernail polish brush on it. It doesn't really smell. I didn't think I could smell it, but you can see the the consistency of it, the color. It is a white color, and even the primer, it's not a runny primer. It's kind of feels like, it doesn't feel silicone-y. It kind of feels like a cream wet moisturizer, if that makes sense. But once you put it on and it begins to dry, it does feel silicone-y. We'll get to that in a minute. Then I picked up the Youth FX Fill and Blur Concealer. And it does have the little, spongy applicator on it. To me, I don't think it's sanitary, but, oh well. I think it keeps the lid nasty, but, alright. So on to this foundation. I don't remember which shade it is, but it's the same foundation. So, the first day that I tried it, I used this, I just took it and brushed it. You guys can see I make so many facial expressions. I have, see this? I call them hot dog rolls. So I took this and I brushed it on all of my lines, just on my forehead. And then I used my NYX pore filler and just filled in my pores, you know, right here on my cheeks, and then went in with this. Now, you guys know that I am a, you know, sponge, beauty sponge. Doesn't have to be a beauty blender. I like the Real Techniques. I like L'Oreal. I got an XoXo'S one. I just like a dampened beauty sponge. So when I put this product on, I put it on it's actually a lid from Bath & Body Works. I just, you know, this is the palette that I work from. So I squeezed some onto it, and I'm just going to show you. When I squeeze some onto it, you know, it just... So then what I like to do is dot it on my face, and then as I went in to try to blend it with the Beauty Blender, it was like the more that I blended, the thicker the foundation would get, and just... I cannot explain this foundation in that sense to you guys with a beauty blender. I mean, it was just like trying to blend quicksand on your face. Like, I would get it blended out here, and then up here it would look awful. Like, I just cannot get it blended with a beauty blender. Well, then when I put this product on my forehead with the beauty blender, guys, it went all to hell. I'm talking about my forehead it kind of looked like maybe if you had taken glue and let it dry, like on your hand, and then try to take paint and brush over it, you know, like a thick clear glue, and then you took paint and brushed over it, how it wouldn't stick good. Well, that's how this foundation was. I mean, my forehead had no foundation whatsoever that would stick to it. So I thought, okay, maybe I used too much of the product. So I redid it. I used, you know, less amount of this product. Same thing still. So then I thought, okay, we're going to have to do a different technique of how to use this. So I went in for this LA high def brush, which is a stippling brush. Horrible. Still, as I would try to stipple it and move it, it just like streaked so bad, and it was awful, guys. So then I thought, okay, maybe I need more of a round brush to actually get in there and buff it in. No, it streaked me. It would be heavier in some spots than what it was in other spots. And I thought, you know, what's it going to take for this foundation? So I had switched primers, and this time when I used the It one on my face, I didn't even use a face primer because I just wanted the foundation to finally blend out on my face. Still wouldn't. So I grabbed this brush. I used to have a whole collection of them. I bought them off like Amazon or something. I got rid of them because I didn't really like them, but it's the, you know, dupe of the brushes of the, what's left of my mind right now. It'll come to me in a minute. Anyways, you guys know this brush. So I put some on a palette, put it on my face, and as I begin to blend it with this brush, magic began to happen. I finally found the way that this foundation will blend out seamlessly, perfect, flawless on the face with this brush. Even on top of the primer, it blended out perfect. And I forgot to mention at the beginning, they do have a face and neck primer in this collection, but when I got it, it was out of stock, so I didn't get it. But anyways, I found this brush. This is the best way to apply this foundation, is with this brush. You know, for me, this is the best way that I have found to apply. So with the foundation, with the concealer, I got the shade medium light. It's a very, very yellow consistency concealer, and I'm gonna say, guys, it's a light medium concealer. It's very lightweight, blends out perfectly. But now, as playing with this, I've learned that I really do like it. This is probably the best product from the line that I like the most. I just kind of color correct a little bit, then put my foundation on, and then use it. You know, it is what I'm wearing today, and I love it. But there's a problem with this. Have you guys ever had that concealer that you put on your face and, like, you know, you bring it down into the V shape, and then when you set it, you see the whole outline of your concealer? That's what this concealer does. I went through, you know, my Laura Mercier, my RCMA, I tried my Pores No More powder, my NYC powder, my Bye Bye Pores Loose powder, every powder that I had in my collection, I was trying with this concealer, and it would separate. Like when you looked at me, you could see where I had V'd my, you know, my concealer for that day, and I hated it. So I thought, okay, you know, what's it gonna take? So I pulled out my Genesis Quad palette by IT Cosmetics, and I have been setting it with this powder right here, which is their Bye Bye Pores pressed powder. Now, since, you know, I pulled this out and began to set it with that powder, flawless. Looked so good. You know, it no longer, you know, the transformation of it was no longer there. But when I went to go set this foundation, it was horrible, because this foundation is very, very wet. Even right now, as I touch my face, and I have it set with my RCMA powder, I still feel like my face is tacky, and it has been. You know, the week and a half that I've been using this, every powder that I have used, I just can't get the tackiness off my face. But what this foundation does to my forehead and my wrinkles, you know, you guys can see them. Every foundation, I've tried every primer, every foundation, you know, within a 10-hour day, it would finally start settling down into, you know, the wrinkles on my head. This foundation does not. When I use this primer, this foundation, with this brush, well, if I can get the lid back off of it, so put it back on. With this brush, then it brushes over it, and at the end of the day, my forehead still looks just as good as it did 10 hours ago when I applied it. So, with that, that is a pro for me with this foundation, because, you know, like I said, keep in mind, it's you know, $17.99, $20 for a drugstore foundation. You know, what I bought here, the 4 products I bought cost me almost $80. And it's just, for drugstore, that's ridiculous. But I would say, with this foundation, it's more suitable for dry to combo skin. If you're oily, I would say stay away from this foundation. Because I say that because at the end of the day, no matter what I would try to finally set my face down with, like I said, it's still sticky. And you can feel it. This is a foundation that you feel on your face. But I can go along with that in the sense of how good it makes my forehead. So, will I continue to use this? Probably not. But will I continue to use it on my forehead? Absolutely. Because I have tried this primer with different foundations that I own, and it sunk into my forehead worse. So it's something about, you know, this combination on the forehead that makes it flawless. But I would say at the end of the day, not that I looked oily or that I looked like a grease pit, and I would set it with my, where you be, right here, my Makeup Revolution Oil Control. That was the makeup spray that I would use with it all through it. And at the end of the day, at an 8 to 10 hour day, I didn't look oily. I looked like my natural oils were coming through. You know, I didn't have to blot during the day. I didn't have to retouch up with powder. But after a 10 hour, I mean, I looked natural, glowy. So if that's something that you guys don't like, you know, if you don't like to see the oils coming around, you know, you could blot, you could set it. But I would not recommend this foundation for someone with oily skin. You know, I wouldn't. Now, the primer, I wouldn't recommend this primer to anyone that doesn't have the wrinkles, and I'm talking deep wrinkles like I do in my forehead. You know, the mature skin, us women that, you know, are mid-30s, 40s, that we're getting up in some age. I would recommend this primer to you guys, although it does cost $20. But with that, I would recommend it only with this foundation, because like I said, I've tried it with other foundations and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't keep me filled in, you know, no makeup creasing. Only this combo is what I have found. And with the concealer, guys, I do enjoy it. And also, let me mention, I didn't say this. I told you how it would stick out on my face, you know, when I set it. I tried this on my Sonia Kashuk Satin Matte Foundation, and it didn't do that. You know, once I put it in and set it, and I didn't set it with the It Cosmetic Press Powder. I just set it with my RCMA powder, and you couldn't see that. It was only when I used this in conjunction with this that you could see it. And I really want to think that is because this is a very, very thick, sticky, tacky foundation. You know, so I'm going to be honest, you know, I told you guys I would always be honest with you on my channel. For a summer foundation, I wouldn't recommend this, guys, because like I said, it is heavy on the face, you know, and it's kind of like hydrating in a sense, but because it doesn't set, to me, I think it makes me get like hotter throughout the day. And I have put this, you know, to the test out in the sun. The other day I went out and worked in my flower beds, you know, just to see if it would hold up. And in the center of my face, it did hold up. But like around my hairline, you know, and like my jaw, it had rubbed off. But as far as the center of my face, you know, it looked great. So, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with this foundation. But, you know, to be realistic with you guys, because $20 for a foundation drugstore, you know, no. There's so many more better drugstore foundations out there. But if you are like me, you do have more mature skin, you do have the wrinkles in your forehead, then yes, I would highly recommend this in conjunction with this. But then you have to sit and look, you know, this is $40. And I have higher end foundations that won't settle as bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they do settle, but it's not bad. With this, no, it doesn't settle. But, you know, when you it's all in, you know, your preference. Would I pay $40 for these two products just to use on my forehead, only on my forehead, or would I spend $45, $50 on a foundation I could use all over my face? Because when I use this on my forehead, then I'm going to use a different foundation on my face because I just can't stand this tackiness. Like, you always feel like you're just wet and clammy, and I don't like that. So, you know, I do not like that, to be honest with you guys. But excuse me, you know, so this is it. You know, if you guys have been wondering about it, you know, honestly, I would really mostly dry skinned. Combination you can get by with, but oily skin, absolutely not. And with the concealer, you know, like I said, it's a light to medium concealer. It can be built up. I have built it up, and it's flawless underneath the eyes. I really like it. It hasn't creased on me at all. And then, you know, this primer, you know, it's just, if you have mature skin, you know, and you're going to use it like I've been using it, then yeah, I would recommend it. But, you know, $20 on this primer, like the Smashbox Pore Primer concealer. Hello, Nikki. Primer, the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer with the pore minimizing. This one right here works great in filling in my, you know, wrinkles on my forehead to put another foundation on top. So, you know, it's just your preferences. And I do have the boxes. I don't think I showed you guys the boxes of what they come in. This one is the forehead, and, you know, this one is the concealer box. And, you know, that's it, guys. That's really all that I can say about this foundation. I really do have a love-hate relationship for it. So if you are on the market and you're looking for a new foundation and you do have dry skin, then, you know, you might want to pick one of these up, because if you do have super dry skin, it might dry down all the way. You know, I have combo through my T-zone and normal everywhere else, and like I said, you know, I'm not going to keep repeating, it just would not dry down. So that's the review on these products, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps someone out. And they do have a large shade range. And no, I didn't think so. I had to make sure. It doesn't have a scent. Nor the concealer has a scent. So if that's been something you've been worried about, no. But do I think it's a good summertime foundation? You know, no. But so that's it. That's my opinion on it. You guys kind of see it's a love-hate relationship. But now I want to talk to you guys about our giveaway. today is Saturday. Our giveaway will end Friday, and the products that I'm going to show you guys in this video, because each video I've been giving you guys a little sneak peek, and I have picked up 3 of the infallible paints. This one is purple here and lighter here, and then this one is called Cool Ivory, and you got like a light champagne color and then a darker champagne color, and then this one is a darker blue, like a midnight blue, and a really pretty pink. I've been loving these, guys. You know, put them on the lid. I've even been using these as eyeliners. They work great for that. So this is a sneak peek of what else, you know, you're going to be getting in the surprise in your giveaway, which will end Monday the 19th at midnight my time. So if you guys haven't entered in that giveaway, you know, be sure that you enter into it. It is international. I am shipping international. So, you know, if you haven't entered in it, make sure that you enter into that giveaway. And all that you have to do is go to the video that I did the review on the new Maybelline products, and share and like that video, and befriend me on Facebook and Instagram, and take and share that video on your Facebook, tag Nikki Foundation Fairy, and then use hashtag Foundation Fairy 1K, and down in that video leave a comment that says enter me and what type of video you guys would like to see me record, and that's it. It's that simple. But you know, there's only 2 more days for it. I think I'm right at maybe 24 people entered into it, you know, and that's it. And guys, you know, this box is worth, you know, over a $500 value. So if you guys want to enter it, make sure you enter into it. And that's it, guys. This is going to wrap up this Saturday video with me. I've just been cleaning house and laying around. You guys can tell by the hair. And I thought, hey, you know, I got to get that video up. I've made my mind up about it. So here it is. So I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend wherever you are. And if you're new and you're just stopping by, then hit that red subscribe button and become part of our family. You know, we do reviews. We talk about why can't I say that word? Hello. Interesting products. And soon, when my eyes clear up, we're going to start doing makeup tutorials, because I was going to demo this for you guys. I was going to demo this foundation for you guys, but it takes, like, no matter the method, 10 good 15 minutes to thoroughly blend this foundation out. And you know, you guys know I don't edit my videos, so therefore 10-15 minutes of someone sitting there blurring out foundation, how boring could that be? So that's why I didn't give you guys the demo, because this is the hardest foundation I've ever had to work with in my life to actually make it work. But, so, that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you guys have any questions on it, maybe something that I've not covered that you guys would like to know about any of the 3 products that I picked up, then just leave it down in the comments, and I'll answer it the best that I can. But I love you guys, and I hope wherever you're at, you're having a fabulous day. And until next time, bye everyone.